Mindset shift. You're a flower, and what you choose determines your care. Understanding yourself is the first step to receiving the right care. What's your favorite flower? Keep it in mind as you read this. Photo taken by Shonathan J. What if your favorite flower determines subconsciously the care you would like to receive? Not just your simple admiration of the flower, but the way you can describe your favorite flower will coincide with how you would like to be cared for, nurtured without having to explain the intricate details of the love you seek. Wanting someone to already be equipped to nurture, provide, understand, comprehend the soil, and even the petals when it blooms. The overall dedication it takes to maintain that flower. That flower is you. Don't ask a landscaper to take care of an orchid and wonder why it doesn't grow. Some can learn through experience to take care of an orchid, but are you willing to change your roots? Are you willing to be patient to grow with love? Or will you feel they are changing you to be what they know how to tend to? Love needs to be evaluated when it deals with the most precious piece of you, your heart. Sometimes the heart controls the mind and the mind controls the heart, but which are you willing to sacrifice to protect your peace or let it go altogether? When you realize the freedom in choosing, you will be picky with your gardener, your time, your seasons. Seasons. Let's explain on that a little bit. Let's reference this to a petunia that dies in the winter. For example, you are coming to your winter season. You're a petunia, beautiful flower by the way, and you are fading for the season. Your leaves are falling away. Your petals are turning the shade of brown you only see in the winter, and your stem is slowly falling to the earth. You know winter isn't your season, but you still want love when you are at your lowest. If you pick someone who admires your beauty when your petals are blooming, but not when your season of fading is here, will they love you through it? Understand your soil needs care even when you're not the brightest and facing the sun to soak up the light and reflect the reflection of your name, petunia, bright and cheery, flowing with the wind. So they decide to leave because you're not functioning in the way they know or see every day with other plants, flowers, or even the grass. There is still a flower there, just not in season. Will they pick you up, save you, admire the beauty of what was to now what is? Knowing that if they care and tend to the soil, you will grow bigger and better than ever. Even possibly have more flowers than last season. Once you realize what you are worth, you will realize your price ain't for everybody. Not saying that someone has to pay money to buy you, but it takes time, love to care for, which is worth the world, the moon, and the stars. If that is what you feel you are worth, anyone can give you the world, but will they create one for you to thrive and survive in? You are your own ecosystem. And when someone comes in, either they will grow mold or evaluate the space to be more than a 7x2. Everything can't survive with the petunia, and everything can't grow next to it. Remember that. Let's talk about our good old roses. Got to show the roses of the world some love, especially because it's everyone's favorite flowers and the ideal symbolism of love. If you feel deep down in your heart and soul you are a rose, you also have to understand not everyone will be willing to deal with the thorns in order to get to the beauty of the rose. People will admire a rose bush from afar or even get close to smell it, or touch the softness of the petals doesn't always mean they want to pick it. They know if they touch the stem wrong or even grab it, there may be hidden thorns waiting to prick their fingers. Understand, when someone is admiring you, doesn't mean they have what it takes to pick you, or even go through the process of removing the thorns to hold the rose in a way that it can understand its beauty too. If you have some wounds and put a thorn there, that's okay. Protect your heart. But don't apply hidden thorns to see if they will battle for your heart, if they are patiently, tentatively dethroning you and not triggering a thorny response. You may scare away the very person who was to show you how beautiful love can be, but how strong a person can pick a rose in the world of orchids, wildflowers, snapdragons, hydrangeas, weeds, and so much more. That kind of strength comes with a character that can conquer the world if you allow the right one to pick you, and not just use your petals for a special occasion. You'll know the difference even when others don't realize why they can't. Maybe they like their petals used for special occasions, and they feel empty afterwards, waiting for a new love to come or even new petals to grow. Or maybe they weren't a rose at all. Just because they hang around the rose bush means they are a rose too. When you love with intention, you get intentional, detailed care. That's not just about love or a partner, but it's also about the world and how they view you. I must admit, though, don't allow the world to tell you you're grass or even a weed and you're a wildflower. You know it, you see it, and you believe it. You take care of yourself each day. So why would the world try to convince you otherwise? Well, let me explain. If they can discount you, they can treat you like the very thing they wish you were. Who knows the difference if you don't realize the difference in you? Wildflowers are one of the freest in nature that withstands just about any and everything that comes its way. I think that's why I adore sunflowers so much. Bright like the sun and tough as nails. The easiest way to get to a sunflower is to run in joy to it and leave walking, soaking up the memory of the moment you shared, wishing you would have stayed longer. Like it has an infinite wisdom you can't quite put your finger on, like the rays of the sun. How tall it stands over its counterparts, like it's shining a light on the world around it, which makes you realize everyone that comes to you with joy and seeks shade until the leaves doesn't always tend to stay, because too much of everything will mean nothing if they don't leave. Sometimes people have to walk away from what they were seeking because the depth of its roots was more than just the petals and the leaves. It also drops seeds. They may have never intended to gather the seeds from a sunflower, but one may drop on their lap. Sunflower's intention is to leave its mark over time before its season is gone. One person takes up the care for the sunflower, understanding that not all seeds are meant to be eaten, but planted for new ones to grow. They don't use it for their shade or admire the beauty when it's sunny, but understand that it's not where you plant them, it's where you keep them is the most important. Sunflowers can be stingy if you're not the gardener to brush off the seeds and wait for them to fall. But to appreciate the proof of the journey it takes to collect and grow them all, seeds. Some will even try to use a sunflower based on its seeds. Some will not be patient to eat the seeds because they feel as if the process is too daunting for a little piece. You're a flower in this world, and choose the care you would like to receive. Always remember, they may admire you, but that doesn't mean they are ready to take care of what they admire just because they find the beauty in it. Allow the world to reflect your boundaries because you create your ecosystem and not them. Don't allow someone to rearrange your petals and tell you you're a weed and not a sunflower. You know you better than anyone in the world. Don't allow someone to uproot you if they don't plan to nurture you back to health or plant you in a better environment than what you left. You are loved and needed in this world, but it takes you to know it before the world can reflect it back to you in the healthiest, nurturing, vibrant way you deserve. That's a perspective to shift your reality and something to really be thought about. So think about it. Thanks for reading this. This post is public, so feel free to share.